Hi guys, my name is Peter. I have been in the area of gifted education for a very long time. I help many students get into OC classes, into assertive schools, and win scholarships at the top of private schools. Now, in this video, I'm going to talk about building the foundation for mathematics. Maths is an area where in Australian school they teach the primary school student at a very easy level, far below what they really need. Now, if you compare Australian maths at primary school level with the sort of level that they do in Singapore, Hong Kong, or Shanghai, you will find out that the Australian students tend to be 2 years behind. And for the purpose of building a performer, you talk about OC and selective. Not only that, the student need to be ahead of the Australian level by 2 or 3 years. The student have to be able to deal with the difficult stuff as well, the problem solving. Now, at year 1, kindy, year 1, year 2, year 3, what's really important is that the student have to get a good foundation. Now, be careful. There are software packages out there that pretend that you can learn math by playing games and all that kind of thing. Those packages, they are not good. The kids are more focused about having fun and playing game, and when the fun is over, the real math start, they give up. Now, this is why I recommend an online software package called Maths Online. Now, this is not very advanced, but it's so useful to work on the basic, because it uses a technique called direct teaching. There is no complicated thing. The tutor just explain exactly what something is and get the kid to do some exercises. Simple as that, and it works. Okay, so I recommend that students should use this website to build a foundation. Now, on mathematics, I help the student provide them with tracking to make sure that they cover the curriculum in Maths Online quickly. Now, the idea is that you don't want to waste the time and spend the whole year to cover 1 year. No, you don't do that. The way we work is we want to be able to cover the whole year in about 2 or 3 months. That's all, because the smart kids can be really fast. Now, so the idea is that you want to run ahead by about 1 year or 2 years, and you only ever want to spend about 3 months to cover the whole thing, and the rest of the time will be spent on hard math or problem solving. Now, I'm going to give you a demonstration. Okay, so this is the user interface of Maths Online. So you can go to the level like kindy, year 1, year 2, and the stage 2 from year 3, year 4, stuff like that. All right, so let's just have a look at, let's say, year 1. Now, it's very simple. So you have 4 strands for number and algebra, and then you have the topics. So if you go into the topic, you have your lessons, and you click on that, and you have the lesson.
In this lesson, we take a look at using the 1 to 100 number chart. So there's our number chart there, the numbers 1 through to 100.
Alright, so it's quite simple. And after study your older lesson in a topic, there's a short test here, or a standard test, or a comprehensive test. Now, student can do that and get a score. Now, the idea I want students to do is to be able to cover this rapidly. So within 3 months, they can cover the whole year, and then they move on and do other things. Now, so on my website, what I have here is called the tracking sheet. So I'll take one to show you. For example, at year 3, if I click on that, I have a fast pace and a normal pace. Now, the fast pace, it has the strand and the topic, and the student just goes straight into Math Online, and they just do the test straight away. And if they get 90% or better, that's it. They skip the whole thing. They don't have to worry about it. Now, many students are very good, and that's what they do. Okay, now the other one is called the normal pace. Now, in a normal pace, I have the strand, the topic, and the list of all the lessons. Now, the idea is that the student only need to go in to the Math Online package and look at the video for about 30 seconds. And if it's too easy, forget it. You don't have to do it. Only if it is hard, then the student will need to watch and do the exercise. Now, so this is still a very fast way. So basically, you just quickly check and tick and tick and tick and tick all the thing, and then to the end, and then just go and do the topic test. And if you get a 90%, right, so you just write the score down, and then you are done. So this is a very fast way. Again, what you have here is a tracking sheet that help student to quickly check what they know, what they don't, and just focus on learning what they don't know. Now, there is a document that explains the whole process. All right, so I'll show you now. If you go to quick links, I have a document that explains everything. So math lesson guide. Okay, so explain how to go to my website and how to get to Math Online, and then this talk about the philosophy and the strategy to get through the whole thing quickly. The whole idea is that you don't want to spend a year. You spend only about 2-3 months and get the whole year done. So that allows students, by the time they get to year 3 or the beginning of year 4, they already have covered everything to do with year 5 math at the basic year level. Now, okay, once the basic level is done, we talk about extension. Now, what I have done is I create document to help mom and dad to understand how to help the kids. Now, here is called Math Problem Solving Strategy Year 2 to 3. Now, this is designed for the OC year level, where mom and dad will read the document and they see all the strategy, the advanced stuff that they should use to guide the student. Now, when I say 2 to 3, all the strategy I mentioned in here are actually quite advanced, and it actually work all the way to year 5. So I say 2 to 3 so the children are not, so scared. But the truth is, you have to know that a lot of the stuff here apply to the student from year 2 all the way to year 5. Okay. Now, and when it gets to the higher level, around the time near the OC test, the student need to be at advanced year 6 to be able to do well. Okay. So by this time, I would want the year 4 student to have completed everything in Math Online in year 5 and touch on some topic in year 6 like fraction. And the document Math Problem Solving Strategy year 4 to 5 will kick in. Now, what I have here are the 10 strategies. Now the student need to learn and master these 10, and they can solve a lot of problems. These are all the strategies that help them to do very well. Now I say year 4 to 5, but the truth is, it's for the rest of their life. Strategies can be used all the way until you become an old man. So all the strategies there, and also some content that go with it. Now, so that year 4 to 5, and then I have another document. It's a Math Problem Solving Strategy for 6 to 7. Now this is very advanced with new content. Now this will take the student to a very high level in part of year 7 and 8, and alongside with all the problem solving strategy. And this will take the student to the level where they can do really, really well in ICAS, math, and it can help them to get close to 100% in selective school tests, math, and scholarship kind of math. So here, these give a lot of extension. And also, beyond that, I also provide access to my Google Class. Now, I have a Google Advanced Math for year 5 to 6, but the truth is, it covers many difficult things in year 7 and 8 as well. Now, the student, can sign up to do this. The lessons are very intensive. Now here, so I charge a fee for it, but out of the 11 session, the student have to work very, very hard. Normally, really smart student will work over 11 weeks, but generally I find out that the student tend to need about 20 weeks to be able to work through the whole thing. Now this will take the student to a really high level where they can handle really difficult math. So what I have been talking about is going from the foundation from kindy, upward. Math Online is a good package that form the foundation, and on top of that I have all these extension and the document that help mom and dad to tutor their kids in math. Now, so those are the material. How about the tests? Okay, let's have a look. For example, if we look at the OC level, which is about year 4, okay? So if I get into that, show available tests. Now here you have all sort of test series that help the student. It go all the way from year 2 and it end up at year 5. Now, this is really advanced. So by the time the student get to year 5, they are a lot stronger than the normal student in Australian school at year 6. And that is a level that they need to be able to compete in the OC test. Now here, so I have all these series like OC, Maths Boosters, and then I have Maths Trial and all that. So when they reach to the top of year 5 level, they are ready for the OC test, they are ready for scholarship test, they're ready to get to the level of getting a high distinction in ICAS for year 4 and year 5, really. Yeah. So this is the whole thing about create a strong foundation in a mathematics. Start with the basic. Maths Online is a package that I recommend at the base, and on top of that I have all the extension that needed to take the kid to the top level.